The objective for this lesson is I can compare and order mixed numbers. So again, what we're doing is we're looking at, in this case, we're looking at mixed numbers. So they can be written in decimal form, like that, or they can be written in fraction form as a mixed number like that. And just, we want to remember what this means. So remember, when you compare numbers, you are looking at usually two or more numbers, and you're trying to decide if one is bigger than the other, one's smaller than the other, or they're equal, right? And then when you order mixed numbers, when you put something in order, they will tell you either to put it in order from least to greatest or greatest to least. So that's what you're going to be doing today. You're going to have something that looks like this in your independent practice, where they give you numbers to compare. This is just for the comparing part. And you don't have to use this or this if you don't want to. They are available because we learned in the past couple lessons how to put numbers into the place value chart and how to use area models to help us compare numbers. So those are going to be there for you on some of the slides to help you. Don't feel like you have to fill them in, because one of the easiest ways to do it when you're comparing decimals is just to simply line up the numbers, stack the numbers. So for instance, let's look at number 1 here. We have 3 and 71/100ths, and then we have 3 and 17/100ths. First of all, if you can pronounce them out loud, you should probably, pretty easily be able to tell which is larger. But here's what I recommend. Stack the numbers, but line them up by the decimal points. Okay? So I'm going to take this number, and I'm going to make sure the decimals are always lined up. Right? And now it's easy to compare. I told you to do this when we compared whole numbers, right? Stack them so you can check, right? The ones place are the same. Go to the tenths. 7's bigger than 1, so that's your bigger number, right? So over here in the chart, down here, all right, I'd say that's greater. Let's give you another example. Let's see. Okay, well, let's do the second one. And I'm going to have you do a couple. So, again, you're welcome to use the area models and color in if you want. You're welcome to put the numbers like 5 1s, 9 10s, 300s. You're welcome to do that. Or, again, you can stack your numbers and line them up by the decimal. So for number 2, my first mixed number is 5.93, and the next one is 5.9. So I want to always make sure my decimals are right underneath or on top of each other. And you want to make sure your numbers are lined up correctly, right? So notice my top number has 3 digits, my bottom has 2. It doesn't automatically mean the top number is bigger. Just like I said in the last lesson, if you have a number, a mixed number, and it has less digits, you're not changing the value if you just stick a 0 on the end. Right? Now you have 3 digits and 3 digits, and easy to compare, right? That 5 and 93/100ths is greater than 5 and 90/100ths. All right? So now what I want you to do is try number 3. That one. Why don't you go ahead and tell me which one is larger? Okay, so I'm going to guess most of you stacked, which is great. So 4 and 6/100ths, and then 4 and 8/10ths. Now again, some of you might think, oh, well, the top number has 3 digits. It has to be bigger. But no, not necessarily. So what did I say to do when there's a blank spot here? That's right. You should add a 0. Now, I can compare just like I would a whole number. Those are the same. Here, 8 is bigger than 0, so the 4.8 there, 4 8/10 is bigger than 4 600. All right, so let's try, I'm going to skip down, I'm going to skip one. Let's look at number 6 down here. All right, so number 6, again, stack them if you'd like. I think it's easier, I think it's quicker than using an area model. But remember, line up the decimals, so 13 8/10. All right, we remember fill in that blank spot with a 0. Now I can see these are the same, but 8 is greater than 2, so my 13 8/10 is greater. Okay, so last one I want you to do on your own, I'm erasing this so you can see better, is I want you to do this one. All right, compare those two numbers and tell me which one, and use greater than, less than, or equal to. All right, again, hopefully you stacked them. Some of you might just be able to look at them and know, but it doesn't hurt to take the extra few seconds to write the numbers down, stack them, line up the decimals. Remember, if you have a blank spot, add the 0, and now you can clearly see that those two are equal. All right. Once again, if any of this was confusing, if you're not completely confident, or if you start the end of